movie. So this is about, I don't know, the greatest return to Silent Hill of all time. Yep. This is what I was thinking of. This is gonna be his review of the movie. I'm going to probably also be with him too, what he thinks of it. So without further ado, this is Charlie or Penguin Zero. Sorry, people. I really hate this movie. Oh boy, let's see what I'm on the same boat. I hate this movie.
If you heard some weird noises outside of your home earlier today that sounded like some kind of haunting, like a ghost saying boo,
Ooh.
well, rest assured it wasn't a ghost. It was probably just some people that saw the new Silent Hill movie.
Yeah. Boo!
It has a 9% on Rotten Tomatoes right now, which I imagine will probably be one of the lowest of the year, if I had to guess. I just got home from seeing it, and I want to give you my thoughts on it. I was someone who just recently watched the first Silent Hill movie from 2006, and then the abhorrent abomination
second
that was
movie,
Silent Hill 2012.
Yeah,
that came out, where it was like all.
I would rather watch that one than this one, if I'm going to be honest. This one has a one-up than the Return to Silent Hill, okay? At least Pyramid Head or Zuzu had oh my gosh, even with that jumbled mess, I could get by. This jumbled mess, I cannot get by. Return to Silent Hill, Charlie, same here. I came home from it, and oh my god, it's dog shit.
About 3D.
3D? It was
actual trash, but...
You had a 3D version? I didn't even have 3D. They didn't offer us 3D. That's fucking dog shit. What the hell? This was meant to be in 3D? No fucking wonder with all the fucking cinematography that fucking had.
Entertainingly bad sense. Every conceivable thing that could go wrong with a movie went wrong with the second Silent Hill film. I think it was called Revelation or something.
Yep, Silent Hill Revelations.
And it creates kind of like a disaster.
Oh, you were talking about Revelations. I was thinking Return to Silent Hill. My bad, Charlie. No. Revelations was meant for 3D. I never saw it in 3D. I had it straight to DVD, honestly. Sorry, Hello? Oh, I had headphones problems for a second. I thought he was talking about Silent Hill, Return to Silent Hill. I didn't know if I'm mistaken. Yes, Silent Hill 3D Revelations was meant to be a 3D movie. But it was dog shit. There was not even, real good, 3D quality to it. I wouldn't say quality. There wasn't even, moments for a 3D part. So why would they make this 3D? I had no fucking idea. Oh.
Masterpiece that's so bad it's good. But that first film I actually glazed. I made a whole video going over it because it is surprisingly passionate. It is a film that very clearly wanted...
What's even greater, okay, not a lot of people know about this for the Silent Hill movie for the first one. You know what's great about this? They took their time and took the passion for it. You know the nurses, they're not actors. The nurses, including Pyramid Head or Zuzu, are all dancers. They were not actors. Those are actual people who did dances. That's why they're so flexible and able to get in those weird positions, especially for the nurses. The nurses for sure were dancers, and they had passion. You could feel the love. I wouldn't say the love, but it was. When you watch the first one, it's not like the other two. Okay, you could tell this is its own little Silent Hill. It has its own little story. You put it in the Silent Hill franchise. I want to know about these other two, but...
To have a faithful adaptation of the source material, and I think it succeeded for the most part. It has some problems, sure, it's got its flaws, but that first Silent Hill movie from 2006 is actually pretty solid. And the director of that movie didn't direct the second one, Revelations, which I'm sure he still goes to bed with a smile on his face every night for, because if he did direct Revelation... boy howdy, I bet he never would have landed another gig in his life. And then he came back to make this new Silent Hill film, Return to Silent Hill. This director's name is Christoph Gans, and I
missaid his name.
Cautiously optimistic that this was going to be good, even though a lot of the behind-the-scenes photos weren't looking amazing.
I did not see any of the behind-the-scenes. I stayed away for as much as I could for the behind-the-scenes or anything that led up to this movie. The only thing I saw of this was being into a film was on Silent Hill Day of last year. When they gave us a teaser and were like, we're having a Return to Silent Hill in theaters in 2026. So that was the only thing I know of it. After that, I stayed complete away because I did not want to be spoiled. I did not want to see anything ruined of it. I did nothing. So, yeah.
This was going to be good, even though a lot of like the behind the scenes photos weren't looking amazing. I had faith that this being the same director of the 06 movie was going to come and deliver something of high quality that Silent Hill fans and even just anyone could appreciate, really.
Yeah.
That hopium couldn't have been more misplaced. I just finished seeing it, and it just makes me question, how the fuck is this the same guy that made that movie in 2006?
That's what I'm asking!
In 2006, he must have forgotten. Maybe the Men in Black came in and neuralized him or something, I don't know. But something happened between then and now that led to Return to Silent Hill.
Yeah, something.
What I will say is that I don't think it's a 9% bad. It's not nearly that catastrophic. I think the reason it's that low is because it is pretty insulting to the...
No, I have to say, this movie is real fucking dog shit. If I'm gonna be honest, that 9% holds. Keep that fucking 9%. That movie is dog shit. I'm sorry. This is... Whatever your name, Gaines? I'm sorry. Even I pronounce your name wrong, but dude, what the fuck? You just saw a paycheck and you know what? You're like, it's okay. And they won't care. That's all you fucking did, man. You saw the paycheck and left.
Source material, like if you're familiar with Silent Hill 2.
Yes.
This movie is most likely going to really rub you the wrong way. This thing is going to be chafing your fucking cheeks, I bet. It's a movie that fans of the franchise will not like, and fans of good brand...
Okay. Working. Yeah, we're working. All right, here we go, everybody. Part 2. Ding, ding, ding.
Franchise will not like, and fans of good movies also will not like. I saw this movie with two friends that hadn't played the game that it's based on. And both of them had the same reaction.
Same thing. I went with somebody who would not play the game or nothing. Who doesn't know anything about this game, but knows I really am passionate. I love it. They see me like they know I play of it, but they don't know anything of this game. He said it was dog shit too. He said it was dog shit. It was like, this is so incoherent and inconcisive, like, I don't even know where to begin. They were at 4 different places. I have no idea. And then it just restarts.
And when the credits rolled, which was compared to the
the fucking credits were dog shit. Those are the lamest credits I have ever seen.
The reviews may as well have been fucking 2 thumbs way up and 5 stars on Letterboxd. Most people seem to really hate it. I am more in that camp where for me, were very few things to appreciate about it. And I think a large part of that is because I do like the game so much, and I do like his previous Silent Hill movie significantly more. But for the sake of this review, I'm going to set those things aside to the best of my ability. We're going to be getting into spoilers, so here's your spoiler warning. One thing this movie does that I think is absolutely going to make fans dislike it and any general audience member dislike it as well is that it tries to take moments from the game and ham-fist them into this film in context that just doesn't work.
Yes! So, exactly, yes. So there is moments in this movie, moments of the game where it's like, alright, this makes sense in the game. It does not make sense in the movie. I have to say... There's probably a few. Okay. Spoilers. Do y'all remember, those who's been in here, without me going any further with Charlie, this is literally me, I don't know anything about Charlie's review. For me. Oh god, there's so much. Where do I even begin? Okay. In the beginning. Wow. Okay. Would probably be the smog scene. The beginning of the smog where you meet the smog and all of that, right? That should have been taken out. The nurses? That should have been taken out. Zuzu? That should have been taken out. Eddie? They didn't do my boy Eddie justice. Oh my fucking god, they didn't do it. Laura could have been taken out. The daddy scene could have been taken out. The fucking daddy scene, I don't know why they fucking had that in there. Don't ask me fucking why. Don't ask that. That should have been saved in the game. That shouldn't have been in the movie. I'm like,
which leads to a lot of ambiguity.
Yes.
If you've played the game, you'll recognize the scene because it plays out similar to the cutscene in the video game counterpart.
Yep.
But it's in a very different place for a very different reason.
Yep.
Really, the best way to summarize this movie, it's
like Heaven's Night. Heaven's Night was, which is the, I'm going to be honest, which is the strip club, or in slash the bar. As I was saying, what was I even saying? I don't even remember what I was saying, honestly. I don't even remember what the fuck I was saying. Fuck me.
Context that just doesn't work, which leads to a lot of ambiguity. If you've played the game, you'll recognize the scene because it plays out similar to the cutscene in the video game counterpart, but it's in a very different place for a very different reason. Really, the best way to summarize this movie, it's like watching a YouTuber try to speedrun the lore of Silent Hill 2 while ripping shots of Fireball. So there's a lot of things that they're
makes no
forgetting
sense
about, and it leads to a lot of disjointed shit. Like a great example is Eddie.
Yes, fucking Eddie. They didn't do fucking any justice with fucking Eddie. The whole thing with fucking Eddie is he was just there, and you know what? It wasn't even fucking Eddie, honestly. Like, you could have cut Eddie out. Like, there was no need for, like, the whole... Because if y'all seen, and remember, when you meet Eddie, he's throwing up, right? But he's not a fucking dickhead. They made him a dick in this one. Like, it's not the same person. Like, if you put these two next to each other, like, it's not even there. Like, who is that? I knew that was supposed to be Eddie, but just because he was throwing up. And that I'm gonna be honest, it's because he's fat. That's the only two indications I knew. That's one, that was Eddie, and two, he was throwing up. Because Eddie is a large character. He is considered on the fat side. And he even states it in himself when you fight Eddie. It's like, why do you keep calling me fat? I'm not fat. He has a mental problem of like hearing people calling him obese and fat and think he's a pig. That's one of his things. So yeah, I know. That's the only reason why I knew that was Eddie, but there was nothing in this movie that made it tied to Eddie. There was no pizza. There was no at Nellie's bar. There was nothing. He wasn't even with Laura. He wasn't even nice to Laura. I wouldn't even say he was even nice.
For actually maybe 30 seconds, and then he like punches James once or twice, and then
disappears.
And he is never even referenced again.
Never even brought up again.
I think people just forgot that they ever even had that character in this movie to begin with, and I think the actor forgot he even took the role to begin with as well. Like, there are just so many things that do not work and feel out of place, but you can recognize them from the game because I guess they felt like an obligation to have game moments in this movie, but they're also putting them in this movie in a completely different sense because this movie completely rewrites a lot of the most crucial components of the game lore. So now the scenes that they're taking don't fit in the movie's lore, so everything's all fucking cattywampus and isn't really working. It's constantly clashing.
It is.
So a huge thing they change in this movie versus the game is now they introduce a cult.
They introduced a cult in this movie, which was never in the game, and it's all affected to Mary and how Mary got her disease.
And Mary's father was basically the cult's god that was poisoning his daughter, and that's how she ends up getting sick. And also, it completely rewrites James.
It honestly does. It's not even James's story no more. This was not because of James's guilt. James never had like an affair. The only thing they kept to it is like he kills Mary, yes, but that's just about it. That's the only thing. Everything else rewrites James's story completely. They put it in him. He has a doctor now. He sees a doctor. That's where I got the Until Dawn thought. Like, why does it feel like I'm playing Until Dawn? Like, what the fuck is the doctor doing here? They bring in the cult. There was no occult. That's not why James left Mary. First of all. James kills Mary. Spoiler. Sorry for those who don't know. Why they added this cult to this part of the story, I have no idea. That it throws a fucking monkey wrench into the fucking story of like the whole Silent Hill 2 game.
And his motivation and his relationship with Mary, that completely changes in this movie for the worse. And it completely changes a lot of the scenes that they took from the game and put in the movie, because now those scenes
make
don't
no
work
sense
here. But even setting all of that aside, like the messiness aside, the visuals are also really inconsistent. There's a few moments that look pretty good. Like, I still think the nurses, for the most part, look good. It's clear this wasn't like a massive budget blockbuster or anything. So I know they, had fucking morsels to work with in the grand scheme of Hollywood budgets, but there are some moments that look fucking terrible.
Oh my god.
Especially when it comes towards the end of the movie.
Oh my
and
fucking
pretty much
god,
anytime they introduce fire, it looks awful.
It's terrible.
But the visuals get really rough, and there are some laughably bad scenes in here. Like, the very beginning of the movie, actually, there was something that made me do this in my seat. I did one of these.
Yeah,
just
honestly.
Out of instinct. And it's when James meets Mary, which is very different from the video game.
Very different.
I understand he wouldn't be able to take this movie and make it one-to-one with Silent Hill 2. I would never expect that.
Another thing is the fucking hospital. Like, what the fuck was up with the hospital? They changed the hospital too, and I had to throw my hands up at the hospital too. Like, I even out loud, oddly, because even the one I went with, he put his hands up, and I was like, I don't even know either. I have no answers.
I don't even think that would be a good idea. But what you would expect is that there'd be a cohesive story told that is at least faithful to the source material, like he did for the first Silent Hill film.
Yeah.
Anyway, though.
No.
James meets Mary because he was smoking a doobie, getting a little joint lit up in his car, got distracted and then swerved as a truck was coming towards him, and then he hits Mary's luggage, throwing the clothes all over the place. And she's like, "Oh, you gotta be kidding me, I can't believe this wasn't tarnation." He's like, "Oh, I feel so bad," and it's kind of love at first sight. She has all of her bags packed, waiting for a bus. The bus shows up. Mary flags down the bus. Wait, bus driver, let me on. But because her luggage got hit with the car, one of the latches doesn't work. So once James puts the clothes back in and he's helping her carry it to the bus, it opens up and her clothes spill out again. And she goes, "Ugh, never mind, go on." And then shoos the bus away.
Which is like, really?
Why would she do that? All she had to do was just
pick up her luggage.
That piece of luggage in without...
And just pick it up and just, like, go on the bus.
The latches. She would just put it under her arm, which is exactly what James did eventually, too.
Yeah.
So why would she then just completely uproot her entire plan, which she has presumably spent a long time cooking up and had to have a lot of motivation to even tempt this idea of getting on the bus, which you'll learn about later in the film. And all of a sudden, she just decides, "Oh, fuck it. Since the latch on my suitcase here is broken, I'll just forsake all of that and go back to my fucking existence in Silent Hill."
What?
Why? What reasonable person would do that after you've already steeled your resolve to make this decision in the first place, all because the latch on the suitcase no longer works? But anyway, that's how they meet. They fall in love. It eventually leads to them going to Silent Hill, and James witnesses some really peculiar cult activity in Silent Hill, all with these interesting characters doing weird stuff.
Which we don't know anything about. Another thing, we don't know anything about these extra characters either. Other than that, they were just in a cult and they were doing some cult stuff to Mary. And that's it. We don't know their names. We don't know their professions, which they're just side characters, which thank the fuck God we don't know anything about. But why do we need these? Why? Why do we need this? Why?
Interesting characters. I mean, just your most generic, formulaic cult members doing weird occult shit. It's just really disappointingly lame. Like, I could go on and on, but I don't think there's a real reason to. Like I said, it's not a 9% bad. Like, there are some things to like about it. The music in particular, I thought they did a good job with. Like, the music is very Silent Hill, which is good.
No, because even then, they just took the soundtrack from 2 and 2 songs from 3. And that's it, okay? That's it. I'm sorry, there was no promise. They had the music box. They had the generic... That one. Charlie, I'm sorry to say, I cannot agree with you on that one. It's just the basic generic songs from the game of the OST, and sprinkled in 1 or 2 from game 3. So I can't even give the OST anything, honestly. And what even sucks too, they didn't play the music box in the right location. They gave that to fucking Laura. They gave that to fucking Laura. Why you play the music box? I have no the fuck idea why. Why you didn't play Promise? I have fuck no idea why. Why you even went this route with the story? I have no fucking idea why. Why you even why even do this movie? Other than the paycheck, I don't know why.
They didn't butcher that. And there's
you can't butcher the OST.
That I think were pretty okay because, like, for the nurses, they once again used dancers, which worked really well in the first Silent Hill film.
All right, at least
and
they used
a couple of.
Okay, no. Even then, I can't even say shit for the dancers because you know what the fucking they just shuffle walk. The fucking no. I can't even give credit to the fucking dance to the nurses because all they did was fucking shuffle walk. You know what the fucking they. At least the nurses in the fucking first movie were fucking terrifying and menacing. At least they fucking did shit. These nurses didn't do shit in this one. Okay, the nurses in this movie in Return to Silent Hill didn't do crap. They just fucking shuffle walked. Okay? That was probably the most exciting thing. And then you went to the end of the corridor or at the end of the elevator. And then the only thing that, like, to wake them, they could have got out of that. Oh my fucking god, there's just so many fucking, oh my fucking god. Like, why did that not activate when they were running? But yet the fucking one nurse that's banging against the fucking metal pipe does. That makes no fucking sense. Oh my fucking god, man. Oh, I hate that movie.
Moments where I do think, like, the practical effects they used looked good.
No.
And I also think that the actor who played James did a pretty decent job with the character, actually. I don't know if that's a hot take or not, but I actually thought he
I think that might be a hot take.
It's just...
I think he could have played James if they probably went the actual story route. He probably could have been a good James. I'm going to be honest, they probably could have got rid of the beard. Like, there was a few moments they had the fucking beard. I don't know. He looked like Hiccup. Has anyone seen movie 3 of, like, How to Train Your Dragon? You know when Hiccup has a beard? Like a full-grown beard? That's what the motherfucker reminded me of. To be honest, I'll give the actors past bio credit because they had to do what they had to work with. The guy who played James, if they kept to the story and played the actual, like, Silent Hill 2 shit, I think he probably been maybe a good James. If not, you know, maybe a different movie. Not this one. Maybe not Silent Hill, but I don't know. I'm just going to give the actors a pass grade. They get a C.
Given quite a bit of poop to work with here, unfortunately.
Yeah, they
but
got shit.
The portrayal of the character I thought was pretty decent in comparison to, like, the video game counterpart. I thought he did, like, a very solid attempt at it. I just wish
they didn't butcher it.
The rest of the movie around it was of higher quality.
I wish it wasn't butchered.
Oh, there's one other big thing I want to mention. I recently learned through that, like, Matt Damon interview segment or whatever it was about how, like, Netflix wants him to repeat the movie's plot multiple times for people that aren't paying attention, like, on their phones. That way they can always know what's going on.
What?
So a big thing that they preach is, like, you need to reiterate everything happening multiple times. This movie gave me that vibe. Because, like I said, there's a lot of ambiguity in this film about, like, what's in James' head, what's a hallucination, what's real, what's, like, actually happening.
Yeah, I don't even know what the fuck was going on.
Which you would expect means the audience would have to start paying attention and starting to think. But then the movie will always tell you exactly what's real and what's fake. They have, like, characters that will just verbalize the plot multiple times, like, well, Mary died, and, you know, James, he's been having a hard time accepting it. James, you know, after Mary's death, which he refuses to accept, has been making up all kinds of things in his head. It's like he doesn't even want to come back to reality. And it's, like, constantly telling you, like, okay, so that's a hallucination, that's fake. Okay, so that's
a
real.
hallucination, that's
fake.
real.
Like,
But it was all
just regurgitating the things that.
But it was all inconsistent too, which was made. They didn't know where to put shit either. It was just like, why is this here? Why are you telling us, for one? Oh, now, okay. It was dog shit.
I would expect you would need to think about as an audience member, which was pretty annoying. And like Pyramid Head, for example, there is a scene that beats that home that this is a projection of James, where Pyramid Head gets summoned by James and then does something. I won't.
Yeah,
spoil
he does
that,
something.
I suppose. I don't know why I'm going to keep any spoilers to myself here, but Pyramid Head gets summoned by James, and then it zooms into a opening in Pyramid Head's mask, and you see James's face. And if that wasn't enough to convey the message, it then cuts to a flashback of James painting, and it's a portrait of James, and he's throwing red paint on
everywhere.
It
It's shaped of Pyramid Head
on his head. And it's like, okay,
we get it.
Like, I don't understand why I had to, like, beat these things home.
Over and over.
While also trying to...
That's where the fucking epilepsy was shit triggered, so, oh my fucking god, that pissed me the fuck off.
Present itself as somewhat ambiguous or even, like, artsy at points.
No.
It just doesn't... Overall, I just don't think this movie lands for anyone, really. Fans of the game, or even just people that want to see a good movie. I don't think this does a good job.
It does not.
In general. But I also don't think it's 9% bad.
It's 9%
not good,
bad.
But it's definitely not 9%. Anyway, that's about it. Yeah.
See ya. Thank you, Charlie. No, it's complete 9%. This movie is dog shit. Yeah, no, it literally beat you over the head for about that. He's right about the Pyramid Head scene. And it tells you like twice, honestly. 3 times if I'm not mistaken. It even tells you it's all in James's head like multiple times. It tells you multiple times that it was even funnier. And what's even funnier, I wanted to say it's been 3 years. 3 years, not months, not like a few months. No. It hasn't even been it's been 3 years. It's 3 years. My wife, Mary, she sent me a letter. They didn't have the letter right either. That was another thing. But he also was right about the whole thing, how he met Mary and how like James was smoking a doobie. That shit was like, why would James be doing this? Apparently James is a painter. Ugh. Like you have some words. I have some words about this movie. But yeah, no, they, like I said, they didn't do justice with Eddie. They didn't do justice with Laura. They didn't do justice with Angela. They didn't do justice with nobody. They didn't give this movie justice.